On today's Radisode, I want to talk about two mostly unspoken advantages about having an e-bike.
On the Orbea Rise M20, a 2022. It's my first ride on it, and as you can see, I'm on the road. Murder him! We're gonna test this bad boy. It's in the biking lane. We're gonna test this as a ride to the trailhead. So I gotta do some road riding. Not a fan of road riding. There's too many cars that aren't paying attention.
Was that my fault?
And we're gonna see how this feels going up this big hill. We've been riding for 5 minutes. I've already had to put it into the second gear, the second level. It's like eco, trail, and then boost or something.
The first fairly big advantage, I think, of having an e-bike is you can commute, in some cases, to the trailhead. It's hard to do that if you're on a regular analog bike and say it's 3 miles away, 5 miles away, a lot of big hills. It's hard to get there on your regular bike because then you're too tired by the time you actually get to the trailhead, and then you got to start climbing again.
That's a steep hill. I don't know what grade this is. Probably 7 or 8. I definitely would not want to be riding my analog bike up here. Oh, that would kill you to get to the trails. Which, as soon as you get to the trails, there's even more climbing to do. I'm gonna go, so I don't have to wait. I know, illegal, but I'm doing it anyways. Cause I'm Poonces. This is totally doable. I'm breathing.
That fat bastard!
And the reason I'm doing this, to share with you guys, my wonderful Poonces audience, thank you again as always for tuning in, checking out, commenting. But thank you as always. Be sure to subscribe if you like what you see, want to see more. The thing about e-bikes is, so normally I get my bike out of the garage, have to make sure the bike rack's on the vehicle. If it's not, I put it on, I put the bike on, make sure I got all my gear, and then I drive. And it's like a 6-minute drive, give or take. Depends on how many of these lights you hit. I wanted to see, like, could I use this as a commuter? Not a commuter like to go to work. Oh crap. Not a commuter to go to work, although you could do that too. A commuter to get to the trailhead like I'm doing right now. So the trailhead's right up there, and it's been 9 minutes and I'm not quite there. So in a case like this, by the time I get to where I would have to park up here, oh, there's no power. Ooh. Now it feels like a 41-ish, 42-pound bike. Ooh, that's heavy. Yeah, but it's doable. It's doable. All right, let's put that back on. I already rode this morning on my tall boy, which is another cool thing about e-bikes is I rode already today. I did about 11 miles, only about 1,000 feet of climbing. But here I am 4 hours later, 3 hours later, I'm doing another ride. That's kind of cool. Now you normally are gonna go do 2 rides in a day, but on an e-bike you can. Okay, so normally you park right here. Actually, you park on the other side. And it's been 10 minutes exactly to get here on the e-bike. I would be no faster if I had, well, especially if I had to put the rack on, but let's say my rack was already on my bike, my car. Put the bike on, make sure I have my bag of stuff. Drive up there, which as I've said is about 6 minutes on average. Park, get the bike off, make sure I've got my gear on. I don't forget anything. And then start going. Hello. Good, how are you? I gave him a scare when I was coming right at him.
Open.
So, you know, right there, 10 minutes to ride up, and I'm a little bit tired, but not bad. And I'm guessing it would have been almost the exact same time, maybe a little less, a little more, if I drove up and then had to take the bike off, and it'll be the same going back. But I'll be faster going back because it's downhill. On a short drive, this is the way to go. If you got a further drive to do, then obviously be faster in the vehicle. Oh, thank you. Just me. Have a good one. Oh, it's nice climbing up here with a little assistance. This is a tough climbing trail, and I can't even imagine riding up that big hill that we just did and then going into this and riding uphill some more. All right, trying to go up here. I should have tried to go up that rock face on this. That would have been funner, more fun. Okay, this one's already. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Oh, and that's fun being able to climb that without completely wasting your body. Let's listen to the motor for a bit, shall we? I'll be quiet.
Wait a minute.
Hard to listen to the motor when I'm going downhill and not using the motor. Woo! I should have hit that. Nice. Well, it handles very nicely through there. Very nicely.
As you can see by my two Stravas here, one is I rode from my house to and from the trailhead and did the whole trail. And in that one I did just over 10 miles, took me 59 minutes of moving time, and it was 1,458 feet of elevation and a 10.2 miles per hour average speed. When I regularly do this same trail and I drive up, it's only 6.13 miles distance, 954 feet of elevation, and 55.5 minutes of moving time, and an average speed of 6.6 miles per hour. So as you can see here, I did around 50%, yeah, actually about 50 to 60% longer distance, more elevation, but it basically in the same time. Now, yes, you can say, oh, well, that was assisted, but even my calorie burn here is more because I went further on the e-bike, and it tracked that with my watch. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't have an analog bike or anything like that. I'm just saying that it's a big advantage that a lot of people don't talk about is I don't have to load my bike onto the bike rack and then drive up and make sure I have all the gear.
Ah, there you go. Orbea Rise M20 with the strip in the background. I could almost go back up and come down. I think that takes you up to the top. Should we do that? Let's go do that. I tell you, this is the thing with e-bikes. Normally I'd be like, oh, better get going, I'm getting tired, losing light, don't have a lot of time. But with an e-bike, I'm like, well, got a few minutes. Let's add some more terrain.
The second big advantage that I find is rarely talked about with having an e-bike is the ability to explore and adventure and try trails that maybe you wouldn't have tried on your analog bike because you're too tired, or you don't know how far it's going to get you, or how tired you're going to be when by the time you get to the end of it, you got to turn around and come back. You might end up exploring more and trying new things.
Yeah, all that stuff. Let's make that happen.
New trails, go on different adventures with an e-bike, which again, you're probably not going to do quite as much of on an analog bike because of the energy drain and the worrisome nature of, oh, I haven't tried this trail before. How hard is it going to be? And you're looking on Strava, or you're looking on Trail Forks. What's the elevation gain on this? And how long is it? And how long does it take people to do? Whereas when you're on an e-bike, you might just say, oh, yeah, I saw it's 2 miles. I'm just going to go for it.
The huge bonus is it's like, let's explore.
In demoing all these e-bikes that I've demoed, I've explored a whole bunch of trails that I either never rode before, or I went in a different direction. You know, instead of going clockwise always, I thought, well, let's go counterclockwise and just see what it's like. Oh, it sucks. You know, after being on the e-bike, or hey, that was great. Actually, I'm going to try this with my analog bike. So there's some of those advantages to, I think that's where it's ideal, is you have both bikes. You use your analog bike when you want to go with a group of friends, or you really want to get an extra big workout in. You take the e-bike if you're pressed for time. You want to ride from your home to the trailhead. You don't want to have to mess around, or maybe your spouse has the only vehicle you might have, or one vehicle's in the shop.
My helmet, my sunglasses are coming out of my face. I can't see. You gotta stop, but I don't want to stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Love it. Whew. Oh yeah. I'm gonna stop for a sec. So fun. So I put it in the highest mode, yellow, just for takeoff. If we ever get to go, we can race that car. There we go. There we go. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. All right, and no more assist. Also no more gears. There he goes, finally passed. Hey, woo-wee. Pretty fun. So we're in the highest gear right now, highest assisted. I don't know if it's boost or turbo or I'm your turbo lover. Little Priest for you, Judas Priest. Crossing over, nice. So it's gonna be about 6 minutes from the top where I normally would park to come down, but at least a minute of that, maybe a minute and a half, was sitting at that one light. Now there you go, definitely faster coming home than loading the bike, driving down, unloading the bike. That's pretty cool. Woo-wee. Well, I gotta say, folks, fantastic.
And I have more videos coming for you. I've got an Orbea Rise review coming, and I've also got a Trek EXE review coming as well. And then I'm going to have a light e-bike shootout where I compare a variety of the light e-bikes. So make sure you subscribe and turn on those notifications so that you get to see my new videos coming up on e-bikes. Please comment below and let me know what you think about e-bikes and if there's some really good advantages to them and what are the disadvantages to them besides etiquette. I totally agree with anybody that gets upset with etiquette in terms of, you know, jerk e-bikers that just mow past you.
You're mean.
You know, tell you get out of the way. I mean, that's awful. And there's regular bikers that do that too. But some e-bikers definitely need to smarten up and be better. But besides that disadvantage of having an e-bike, so what are some other disadvantages? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, peace!